Welcome to another edition of Your Wealth Matters. My name is Maria Dawes, and I am a portfolio manager here at Capstone Asset Management. And today I am joined by Tim Macready from Brightlight Impact. Welcome, Tim. And we are here today to talk about the question that we've heard from many clients, from advisors, from nonprofit groups, from people and entities that are looking to invest, and they're asking the question of, can my investments reflect the same values that I try to live the rest of my life? And for many people, investing has traditionally felt really disconnected from their values. They think carefully about stewardship, generosity, ethical decision making in their daily lives, in their businesses that they run, but often they have really very little visibility into their investment portfolios. And we've heard this concern repeatedly over the years. People want professionally managed, diversified portfolios, but they also want the confidence that the companies that they own, that they're investing in, are being evaluated through a framework that reflects their values. That's one of the reasons that Capstone developed our biblically informed investment framework. And last fall, we launched the Capstone Biblically Informed Canadian Equity Fund and the Capstone Biblically Informed US Equity Fund. And we're really excited to announce that soon we'll also be launching our Biblically Informed Bond Fund as well. So watch for that. More information will be coming. And this fund, the Bond Fund, will help investors wherever you are and advisors apply a diversified, balanced portfolio for investors. So Tim, let's quickly segue to you. One of the things that we've learned through the process of applying Christian values to investing is it's really not as simple as creating a master list of companies to avoid. Why is it so much more complex than people assume?
Yeah, Maria, I remember as a young analyst starting out in this work, a lot of the work that we do is around kind of applying faith into investment portfolios, including in the public markets and supporting screening activities. And I thought it was going to be fairly straightforward. We would just separate companies into good and evil. If you generate half your revenue from gambling, well, you're evil. If you make hearing aids, you're good. And I'll just work out which company falls in which bucket. And I very quickly realized it wasn't that simple. Every company does things that are harmful. And every company does things that are good. They create jobs and they at least make some product or service that people find value in.
Yeah.
And so I was forced to reevaluate the way I was thinking about it, rather than just, well, I find the most evil companies and we can all agree on what the most evil companies are. No, what's needed is the application of judgment and context to deliver nuanced thinking. Where is the company operating? What industry are they in? How are they responding to the ethical and moral challenges that they face? All of these are important. And so, of course, there's still cases where, in my view, I think the moral judgment is clear. I would feel very personally uncomfortable investing in a casino. But most of the companies that we look at are not that clear-cut. There's nuance, there's judgment. We wrestle with exactly what crosses a line for not just us, but for our clients when it comes to what we're unwilling to invest in. And then we find the positive things as well about companies that might encourage us to invest in them. And so yeah, as you said, screens alone don't solve the problem of applying faith into a portfolio. I believe as a Christian that when I invest, what I'm actually doing is taking otherwise unproductive capital and enabling it to be used by companies to create goods and services that support human flourishing. And so things like not just what I screen out of my portfolio, but how I vote my proxies, the opportunity to engage with companies, even the companies I choose to put into the portfolio. These are all important concepts as well. And all of that just needs analysis and human judgment. And I get to work in that on a daily basis, which is really cool.
Yeah, I know. I get to see it too. And you're right when you say every single company does something wrong. I've never seen a company that has been presented to me without a flag on it. And so it's not just about finding easy answers. It's really about asking the right questions and taking the time to do the research and being willing to wrestle with the difficult issues when they arise and partnering with others, like we have a partnership, who can look at the situation with unique perspectives and add value and information. So I think ultimately what investors are trusting Capstone to provide is a thoughtful, disciplined process, one that applies a consistent framework, welcomes independent challenge, and seeks to make decisions with both conviction and humility. And so as we look ahead, we're excited to continue expanding the work, including the launch of another fund, our bond fund, which will bring the same framework and research process into the fixed income space. So, Tim, if you would leave listeners with one final thought about biblically informed investing, what would it be?
Yeah, to me, it's this idea that we're not chasing a kind of very clear, this company's evil, this company's good, but we're trying to bring thoughtful Christian values into an investment portfolio. At Capstone, you have that through the guiding principles, which means you think not only about what you take out of the portfolio, but what you invest in. And to me, that is thoughtful stewardship. I've been doing this for over 20 years. The journey still fascinates me. I love that we get to kind of watch this space continue to grow. But yeah, that takeaway is the importance of nuance and thoughtfulness in thinking about biblically informed investing.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. I really appreciate you being here today. And thanks everyone who's joined us as well. And Tim and I continue this conversation and in a new webinar that we're going to be hosting in a little while. So please watch for that invitation. It will go into a lot more detail about, the analysis process that Capstone works with, and also how Brightlight looks at different industries and companies, and maybe works through some of the things we wrestle with. So I really encourage people who are interested in learning more and understanding, how we wrestle with the gray areas to sign up for the webinar. It will be coming out shortly, and you can find information for that. And if you don't see the invitation, you can email info@capstoneassets.ca and we'll provide that for you. And if you would like to learn more about Capstone's biblically informed investment approach in general, you can find information on our website or connect with us directly. So I just want to thank you for joining us, and thank you, Tim. And I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you next time on the next edition of Your Wealth Matters.